Here's something most men wonder about but almost never ask out loud. If you release every single day, sometimes more than once, what's really happening inside your body? Is it helping you stay younger and healthier, or is it slowly draining something you can't get back? And here's the question that keeps men up at night. Could this be affecting your energy, your drive, your ability to show up strong for the people who matter most? I'm Dr. Olivia Brooks, a urologist who spent over a decade sitting across from men just like you, hearing the questions they're too embarrassed to ask anywhere else. And today, I'm going to give you the honest truth about daily release and what it actually does to your body after 50, after 60, and beyond. Not what some internet guru thinks, not what worked for your younger self, what your body needs right now at this stage of life. Because here's what nobody tells you: the rules change as you age. What felt effortless at 30 can quietly exhaust you at 60. And most men don't realize it's happening until they're already feeling drained, foggy, and wondering where their energy went. Before we go deeper, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate straight talk about men's health without the awkwardness or judgment, tap that like button right now. It tells YouTube to share this with more men who need it. Drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I read every single one, and it reminds me why I make these videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button because we're building a community of men who refuse to age confused and ashamed. We're choosing clarity and strength instead. All right, let's get into what's really happening inside your body. The truth. Nobody's telling you. You've probably heard completely opposite advice your whole life. One doctor says daily release keeps your prostate healthy. Another says it drains your testosterone and makes you weak. Your friends joke about it. The internet bombards you with conflicting studies, and you're left wondering what's actually true. Here's the answer, and I need you to really hear this. Daily release is neither automatically good nor automatically bad. What matters is how your individual body responds, because two men the exact same age can have completely different experiences with the exact same habit. Let me tell you about two patients I saw in the same week. Both men, both 64 years old, both releasing daily. The first man walks into my office feeling fantastic. He sleeps deeply. He wakes up refreshed. His energy stays steady all day. No bathroom issues, no discomfort. For him, daily release is actually supporting his health. His body recovers easily. His hormones stay balanced. Everything's working exactly as it should. The second man sits down in my office looking exhausted. Same age, same frequency, but completely different story. He tells me he feels wiped out afterward. His motivation disappears. He's getting up 3-4 times a night to use the bathroom. His lower back aches. He can't focus like he used to. And he's starting to feel older than his years. Same habit, opposite outcomes. So what's the difference? Recovery capacity. And that's the key most men completely miss. What actually happens inside your body. When you release, your brain floods with dopamine, the pleasure and reward chemical. You get a surge of oxytocin, which creates that calm, connected feeling. Endorphins wash through your system, temporarily reducing stress and pain. Then prolactin rises, giving you that deeply relaxed, almost sleepy sensation afterward. Your heart rate increases. Blood flow improves throughout your entire body, including your pelvic region. Your pelvic floor muscles contract and release rhythmically, and your prostate empties the fluid it's been storing. All of this is completely normal. All of this can absolutely support your health when your body has time to recover properly. But here's what changes after 50, and especially after 60. Your testosterone levels naturally decline. Your nervous system becomes more sensitive. Your muscles, including your pelvic floor, take longer to recover. Your body's energy reserves don't refill as quickly as they used to. And if you're stimulating those systems day after day without enough recovery time, your body starts sending you signals. Not punishment, not moral judgment, just biological feedback. Fatigue that coffee can't fix. Brain fog that makes you feel 10 years older. irritability that strains your relationships, motivation that just disappears, discomfort in your pelvic area, changes in your urinary flow or frequency, these aren't signs you're broken. They're signals your body needs more recovery time. And the absolute biggest mistake men make is ignoring these signals, or worse, feeling ashamed of them. The question that changes everything. In my practice, I've learned to ask one simple question that reveals everything. I don't ask how often. I don't ask about technique or timing. I ask this: how do you feel 6 hours after? How about the next morning? That's where the truth lives. Not in what some study says, not in what worked for someone else, in how your actual body responds. If you feel energized, clear-headed, and strong, your body's telling you it's handling the frequency just fine. Keep going. But if you feel drained, foggy, unmotivated, or you're noticing urinary changes, your body's asking for more recovery time. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with you for needing that. It's called aging wisely. One patient, 67 years old, told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Dr. Olivia, I spent 30 years trying to keep up with my younger self. The day I started listening to my current self, everything got better. My energy came back, my sleep improved. I actually feel good again. That's the shift I want for you." So the 5 critical mistakes men make. Let me walk you through the 5 most common patterns I see in my practice that quietly drain men's vitality. And stay with me, because the last one has nothing to do with biology and everything to do with reclaiming your dignity. The first mistake: confusing routine with real desire. Here's what I mean. True desire comes from your body, from healthy hormone levels, from genuine connection, from emotional readiness. It feels alive and natural. But habit comes from boredom, from stress, from the clock saying it's time. When release becomes automatic, something happens in your brain. Your dopamine response starts to dull. You're no longer responding to desire. You're just going through the motions. And biologically, when that happens, satisfaction drops. Emotionally, it starts feeling empty. You're spending energy without getting the benefit. The solution is beautifully simple. Pause occasionally. Let real desire build naturally again. You'll be amazed at the difference. The second mistake: using release as a stress management tool. Many men don't even realize this shift has happened. What started as connection or genuine desire slowly becomes a way to cope with stress, loneliness, or boredom. Dopamine gives you that temporary relief. It masks the stress for a little while, but it never actually resolves what's causing the stress in the first place. Over time, you need more frequency to get the same relief. Satisfaction keeps dropping, and guilt quietly starts growing in the background. Here's what I tell my patients. Before you automatically reach for release, pause and ask yourself, what do I actually need right now? Sometimes your body needs rest. Sometimes your heart needs real connection with another person. Sometimes your mind needs purpose or a challenge. Release can't meet all those needs, and it was never meant to. The third mistake: ignoring what your prostate is telling you. Yes, regular release can absolutely support prostate health. The research shows that clearly. But here's what the research doesn't tell you. More is not always better, especially if you're dealing with enlargement or inflammation. Daily stimulation can actually irritate a prostate that's already sensitive. Your prostate needs time to refill and calm down between releases. When you don't give it that time, you might notice increased urinary urgency, more nighttime bathroom trips, discomfort in your pelvic area, or reduced confidence. For most men over 60, 2 to 4 times per week hits that sweet spot. Frequent enough to support prostate health, spaced enough to allow proper recovery. But remember, your body's feedback matters more than any general rule. The fourth mistake: overworking your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor isn't a switch. It's a group of muscles. And like every muscle in your body, it needs recovery time between workouts. Daily contraction without rest can cause chronic tightness, which leads to weaker control, reduced sensation, and even discomfort during release. I see this constantly in men who wonder why things don't feel as good as they used to. The solution combines rest days with gentle strengthening. Think of it like training any other muscle. You wouldn't do heavy squats 7 days a week. Your pelvic floor deserves the same respect. And here's the fifth mistake, the one that does more damage than all the others combined, letting shame and outdated beliefs control your choices. Listen to me carefully. Shame increases your stress hormones. Elevated stress lowers your testosterone. Lower testosterone affects your mood, your energy, your motivation, and yes, your desire. There is absolutely nothing wrong with desire at any age. Nothing shameful about your body's natural responses. Nothing broken about needing to adjust your habits as you age. The shame itself causes more harm than any habit ever could. Your simple path forward. Here's what I want you to do, starting today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. First, start paying attention to how you actually feel afterward. Not just in that immediate relaxed moment, but hours later, the next morning, throughout your day. Your body is constantly giving you feedback. Start listening. Second, adjust your frequency based on that feedback, not based on what you think you should be doing. If you feel energized and strong, you're good. If you feel drained and foggy, add more recovery time. Third, and this is crucial, don't eliminate pleasure from your life. That's not what this is about. This is about optimizing, not punishing yourself. Fourth, support your recovery with the basics: quality sleep, proper hydration, nutrition that actually fuels your body. These aren't optional. They're the foundation everything else builds on. Fifth, gently strengthen your pelvic floor. I'm not talking about complicated exercises. Simple, intentional contractions a few times a week make a massive difference. And finally, release the shame. Let it go completely. It's serving absolutely no purpose except to make you feel worse about yourself. What this really means for your life. I want to say something directly to you right now. If you felt confused about this, if you've worried something was wrong with you, if you felt too embarrassed to ask anyone, hear me clearly. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not inappropriate for wondering about this. You are a man who's aging, like every man does, and you're trying to figure out how to do it with strength and dignity. I've worked with men in their 70s who've completely transformed how they feel simply by making small adjustments: more energy, better sleep, clearer thinking, stronger confidence, real vitality that radiates into every area of their lives. Aging doesn't mean the end of vitality, it means the beginning of wisdom. It means learning to work with your body instead of against it. It means making informed choices instead of following outdated rules that never served you in the first place. One of my patients, 71 years old, told me after making these adjustments, "Dr. Olivia, I feel 20 years younger, not because I'm trying to be 30 again, but because I'm finally being the healthiest version of 71 I can be." That's what I want for you. Small changes create profound results. More energy for your grandkids, better focus for your work or hobbies, deeper sleep that actually restores you, confidence that changes how you walk into a room, and peace of mind that comes from understanding your own body. You deserve every bit of that. One more thing before you go. If this video helped you understand your body better, do me a favor. Hit that like button so more men can find this information. Leave a comment telling me where you're watching from or what question you'd like me to answer next. And subscribe to this channel because we're just getting started with these honest, judgment-free conversations about men's health. I'm Dr. Olivia Brooks, and I'm here to remind you of something important. Your best years aren't behind you. They're not even happening right now. They're being built, one informed choice at a time, by a man who's finally choosing wisdom over confusion. Take care of yourself. You're worth it. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider before making changes to your health routine. Individual results may vary based on personal health conditions, lifestyle factors, and medical history.